And from Mike, Trey, from your perspective, as you've kind of built up your minutes here, just how has your rhythm come back? What's been kind of key for you and getting back in the flow the more you play? And Mike, do you handle him any differently when it's 3 games in 3 days as opposed to game and then a little time to recover and things like that from a minutes perspective?
I would say just I think just every day, just seeing how it feels, and keep progressing every day. And I mean, practicing, getting ready. I mean, obviously 3 games in 3 days is a lot for anybody. So just staying prepared and staying ready to feel my body out. But I think my minutes have increased throughout the games and stuff. Just kind of seeing how it goes and seeing how it reacts. But other than that, I feel good.
I'm going to continue as a coach to take it a day at a time with him, like we've been doing. Still a long season, and I need Trey Galloway in the uniform. So, yes, we got three games in 3 days. I'm just going to take it a game at a time and just gauge it as the game goes on, and he'll lead me in the right direction as well in terms of what he can do and can do as well.
Yeah, Coach, you against South Carolina, you only went 8 deep in the rotation. 3 games in 3 days. Do you expect to go a lot deeper over the course of the next few days?
Take it a game at a time. Don't know. Whatever it presents itself. I'm here to win, and I'll win at all costs. So I mean, it means playing 10 guys, 8 guys, 7 guys. Only time will tell. Just got to wait and get to the game and see where it leads
us. Oumar, a couple of years ago, you played in and won Maui. What do these kind of tournaments do, not only for getting like next level competition, but also kind of team bonding experiences, that kind of thing?
These kind of events are great for any teams. And I was fortunate enough to go to be with Arizona and Maui, 3 games, 3 days hard. We just got to take it game by game, as Coach say, and then see what it leads us.
Coach, what have you seen from this Louisville team that impresses you?
Talented team, well coached, guys that can make the long ball. Got bigs that are active and prior, and a lot of talent, and this will be a big test for our ball club to see where we are as a team. And I'm just kind of anxious to get to the game to see where we are.
Yeah, Coach, after the last game, you seem pretty frustrated with the effort that your team put out, and you've had a week with them since. You think you feel like you've been able to kind of get across what needs to change here this week to have a good outcome?
I call it coaching. At the end of the day, I thought our intentions in our last game were fantastic. We came out with a great start, 19 to, I believe it was 3, and then we dropped the rope a little bit and let them back in the game. But the beauty about all games and when you play is how you respond. And we didn't panic. We did what we had to do to secure the win. Yes, I would have liked for us to have played better as we started the game, throughout the game, and all the way through the game. But we didn't do that. And it's something that we can all learn from, and by watching film and taking practice each time we step out on that floor to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. But you just never know until you play the games.
Yes, Mike, also just checking in on Gabe and Ja'Kai. Obviously been sidelined for a couple of games. Doesn't seem like it's anything serious, but do you anticipate having either of them back for this week?
Well, again, I don't know. Gabe has practiced a little bit. Ja'Kai is still slow coming back. I don't know if he'll dress or play tomorrow. And Gabe hasn't had a lot of practice time under his belt since he went down, but we'll just see. Gabe tells me he can play. If he's ready to play, then if I find minutes for him, then I'll throw him in there. But right now, I don't know the rotations in terms of who's going to play and who's not going to play. But if you're in uniform, you just got to be ready to play when called upon.
Trey, this is kind of most applicable to you. Gonzaga's Caleb Battle had some experience, spoke on differences in like lighting, balls, venue for kind of the shooting and stuff. Have you guys had a chance to kind of get around, get a feel for what it's going to be like to play in this kind of setting?
Yeah, we got a lot of shots up earlier. So I think anywhere you go and anywhere you play, it's all about shooting with confidence, and that's what we got to do. In the day, we got to make shots. So we're focused on that. We're prepared to go out there and do that. So just like I said, one game at a time, and go in there and shoot it with confidence.
Trey, I wanted to ask you about Miles Rice. I mean, he's the new factor on this team, kind of seems from outwardly to really change the way you guys play and kind of makes everything a little bit easier for everybody else. From your perspective, being in this program for a long time, what's different having Miles on the court?
Yeah, he's been great. Just coming in, he changes the games in so many ways with his speed, and is a big factor on offense and defense. He can speed up the ball on defense as well, but offensively, he can push the pace, and we can get out and run. That's what we want to do, is push that pace and be able to get up and down. So he's done a great job of that so far. We got to continue for him to keep leading us with that in that direction, and keep helping us get better.
Yeah. Oumar, good to see you. I'm Bruce from Arizona. I cover Arizona. I was wondering, Oumar, your adjustment so far, how has that gone in Indiana? And Coach Woodson, about, if you could just kind of address how it's gone so far with him on this team.
It's been really good, the coaching staff, managers, my teammates, they all helping me to adapt, and it's been fun so far. So I'm grateful. I'm glad I'm here.
Sorry, Zach. No, he's been everything that I thought, when we were recruiting him and going through the process. Well-mannered young man that works, very coachable. It was a process in getting him, but once we got him in uniform, I mean, he's just been everything that I could ask for in a big man, and he's still trying to learn who I am as a coach, and I'm trying to learn, his game and what he likes, to do on the floor, on both ends of the floor, and again, only time will tell. We just got to keep pushing one another, helping each other, man, because that's what it's all about when you go in the portal and you bring players that are not used to being around you, that's trying to figure who you are as a coach. So, but it's been a good process so far having him on our team, and I can't help but think we'll continue to grow well together.
I guess to follow up on that, Trey and Mike, just obviously Umar's rebounding numbers are really good, but also his defensive presence. Teams aren't really challenging you guys a lot at the rim. They're shooting really poorly on twos. Just how much of a difference does he make? Does his presence make defensively, whether it's contesting, rebounding, or maybe even just, kind of discouraging offenses from even going inside?
No, it's huge. I mean, you think over the last 3 years, I mean, we've had that with Ware, we had it with Trace Jackson, and now we got it with Big Ballo, and it cleans up a lot of mistakes from a defensive standpoint that we might have around him. And we don't like putting all the pressure on him to get all the rebounds and block shots and plug the hole, but that's what I expect big guys to do, and that was the whole reason for bringing him over, and I think he's responded really well for us.
Mike, so far this season, Louisville's kind of like to throw different looks in terms of going smaller, playing with bigs that like to stretch the floor. Do you think you're just going to stick with kind of your bigger lineup with Ballo and Renew for as much as
No, I
you
mean,
can?
we've mixed it up a little bit, in the 4 games that we've played. We've gone small some, not a lot of big minutes, but I think we're capable of playing small if we have to. But having Ballo and Malik, that's a problem for our opponents as well. They got to match up to us, as well too. So we just got to see how the game goes and see where it leads us.
One question from the Zoom. I think we got one question. I think your mic is muted there. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that, Coach Woodson. Coach, I have a two-part question for you. How important to you is it for coaches to be coachable? And what kind of difficulties do you see Chucky Hepburn presenting to you guys?
Well, we're familiar with Chucky based on where he came from in the Big Ten, and he's, he played extremely there, and he's kind of like the snake for Louisville and their ball club in terms of how he runs the team and from a defensive standpoint and offensively. So, we got to pay close attention to him, along with the surrounding parts. I mean, he's got good pieces around him. So, I mean, it's not like we can take any possessions or plays off based on their talent. We're going to have to come in and compete for 40 minutes and see where it leads us.
All right, thanks, guys.